Hello YouTubers, welcome to Banners of Ruin. Banners of Ruin is a new game that is out by the developer Montebero, and it's published by Goblins Studio, who I've covered Legends of Keepers, As Far as the Eye. These two games are by the same publisher and quality games in my eyes. I've been looking forward to trying out Banners of Ruin, and we are finally here. I love animals that gear up and are prepared for war. My regular followers will know this, and my YouTube logo is a squirrel knight riding a battle toad. So there you go. We're doing a blind playthrough. I haven't followed any kind of Banners of Ruin development really, because I knew I was going to play this game eventually and want to experience it first hand. First of all, the music is freaking legendary. I am hoping that I got the sound levels right for the video. Let's dive in and see what this game is all about. We'll enter in a new campaign and we're doing the tutorial. And so I did check out the tutorial a little bit, but I think we should play it on screen. So here we go. Banners of Ruin. The Blackfoots have been dealt a mighty blow by the fearsome house Ender. Lantern seeks his revenge. You and others loyal to the cause have been tasked with bringing the great city of Dawn's Point to its knees, but the odds are against you. Party information. This hotbar displays the number of cards in your deck, the number of members in your party, and the florins in your possession. So money or whatever, and we have... View your deck. We click the deck up here, and we can see the gorgeous art. This is our deck. Yeah. This includes any cards your characters are carrying. If they die, the cards go too. We can view the party, and we have Willows. Oh, his name changes every time you open the tutorial anyway, so it's randomized. That's cool. Try selecting your character. Alright. And he is carrying the Hatchet, a primary weapon card, and this is the one over here, which is kind of cool. Now I don't know it in detail, but this looks like a character screen, and so it's kind of cool because it's like you have the regular RPG inventory screen where you can attach equipment, but then they become cards in your decks, which I think is really fun. The Hatchet is a one-handed axe, as indicated in the top right of the card up here. Okay. The secondary slot is free and could take another one-handed weapon card. Dual wielding. Two-handed weapons take up both weapon slots. Street lanes. Your campaign will take place across several streets, each with an elite enemy at its end. Street lanes. Each lane in the street leads to a service. Once you've done a service and fight the elite, you'll move to the next street. So the bottom card in any lane will always be a service, which is a benefit, a boon, or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you have to fight to get to them, but sometimes they will be the top card of the lane, which is what we see here. Campaign cards. It looks like some cards are in your way. The cards on the left and right have counters. After selecting a card, any counters on the remaining cards will tick down. When they reach 0, they will be removed from the street. In effect, that means that we can choose only one of these two services here. Heal up. Your character is badly hurt. You should take the herbal remedy and heal up if you're going to survive the next fight. And it heals my party to 100%. The last remaining Blackfoot brew you brought with you is leaking, but the liquid will still work its magic. Heal party. Alright. You need to regroup with your companion, who must be somewhere in the center lane. You'll have to resolve that combat to see what's further down the street. So let's do that. Prepare for combat. Vitality and armor. Vitality is a character's health. Defense, so if they die you get removed from the combat. And vitality persists across combats, which is important of course. Defense is granted by a character's armor and blocks damage. This is applied at the start of each combat. Better armor can be acquired later in the game. Stamina and will. All your characters have a stamina on the left and will stat on the right, the little numbers here. Stamina replenishes to its max value each turn. Will does not. Okay. Cards cost stamina and will to play. A character can only play a card if they have enough of each stat. So will is obviously way more valuable since it doesn't replenish. I see. And we turn down that sound a little bit again. I feel like it's getting louder every time we go into a combat. So just down a little bit here by a smidgen. Enemies come in all shapes and sizes. They have a vitality and defense just like you, but use a range of abilities. You can see what an enemy will do on the next turn by looking at their intent. Over here. Which reminds me of good old Ascension. Also Griftlands that I'm playing on the channel right now. So safety in numbers deals 8 damage and applies the little thing there, which is called also safety in numbers. On turn start, if this character has 3 or more allies, their defense is raised to 10. But they don't, so that will not apply. Intents. These enemies intend to attack you for 8 damage each. Yeah, okay. You can see who an enemy is targeting by hovering them. Their target will be outlined in red. Ah, okay. Enemies. Enemies attack in order of their position, so bottom to... These enemies are both on the front rank, but you'll encounter others on the back rank too, I see. Weapon cards. Weapon cards can only be played by their character wielding that weapon. The symbol at the top of the card matches their character's symbol. Ah, yeah. Try using the hatchet to attack an enemy. So we click it. And then they are identical. Alright. So what happened? He took away 6 defense, so it's basically like a blade of armor that goes away before your health, I see. And then it dealt 2 damage after that because the card in itself is dealing 8. Now we can't see it anymore, but I'm sure we could later. The tutorial is forcing my hand here. So status effects, your character gained charge. Charge is a status effect. Statuses can trigger at various points in combat. You can hover over a status to see what it does. Charge increases damage of your next attack. Or for every attack in a multi-attack, the damage is increased by the stacks of charge. Charge is then removed. Okay. Multi-attacks. Some cards deal several attacks at once, such as Rush, which deals 1 damage 3 times. With multi-attack, charge is applied to each attack in the chain. Try using it on an enemy. That will deal then 9, which is then enough to take out the wounded enemy. We should do that, I think. Nice. No mercy. You showed them. You're out of stamina, but one of your cards costs 0 to play. Time to use it. Deal 6 damage to the opponent with the lowest vitality. Ah, so then I misplayed it. Whoops. Alright. Ending your turn. You can't play any more cards, so you should end your turn. At the end of your turn, all the cards in your hand go to the discard pile. At the start of your next turn, you will draw cards to your hand from your draw pile. If there aren't enough cards in your draw pile, the discard pile is shoved into your draw pile. Okay. End turn. So we take a hit, but we had armor to match it. Finish him. The enemy is planning to do you more damage. We'd best stop that. Use your sharpened steel to finish them off. Deal weapon damage 8 and then apply bleed 4. At the start of the turn, this character takes vitality damage equal to stacks of bleed, ticks down by 1 each turn. Ooh. That's like in Legend of Keepers then. Bleeding will be pretty strong, I assume. Combat rewards. At the end of combat, your party is awarded XP that is split between characters. You may also find some florins and a choice of 1 card to add to your deck. Pick a card you'd like to add, but you don't have to. Okay. Get the money. Gain a card. Alright. Well, this is still the tutorial, I'm assuming, so, but here we go. Reserves. Draw a card for each character in the back rank. Back rank characters gain 1 vigor. I don't know what vigor is. Can we hover over to see what vigor is? No. Experienced. What if I right click? No, nothing. Okay. Experienced strike. Deals 5 damage. Each time you play this card in combat, deals another 5 damage. If unplayed during cleanup, damage is reset. Okay. Interesting. Overbearing swing. Deal weapon damage. If two-handed weapon, deal damage to the whole lane. Okay. I think the experienced strike is the better one here. XP is shared by your whole party. Smaller parties will level up faster. Oh. I see. An old friend. Victory. Congratulations, you emerged victorious, revealing your companion. Select an old friend to add them to your party. Any cards he's carrying will be added to your deck. This looks like Aragorn. Strider. An old friend. Your companion dusts himself off, having just finished a brawl of his own. Time to regroup. Ambushed. Oh no, you've been ambushed. Ambush blocks all the remaining lanes. Resolving any one of these cards removes them all. The Enders swarm you on all sides. You've no choice but to fight. Which one? Which one? Let's go for this one. So what is this here? Bigger mouse. Is it a bunny? A rabbit? And then mice, I think. Can we right click them? No. Click them? No. Enemy ranks. Enemies on different ranks attack on alternating turns. The next rank to attack is indicated by the red bar. Aha, this one here. If you kill all enemies on the active rank, the opponent's turn is skipped. Oh. Oh, this is not the guy in the picture. This is a bear. I see. Multiple characters. Cards are played by the active character. Cards can only be played if this character has enough stamina and will. Weapon and talent cards can only be played by their wielders. Cards in your hand are highlighted if they can be played by the active character. I see. Select your companion. Try changing the active character to your companion. Okay, we can switch between them at will, I see. I thought it would be like turn-based or something. Great. Sword. Great. Now that your companion is selected, you can play their weapon card. They have a great sword equipped. Great sword attacks an entire rank. Try attacking an opponent on the active rank. That's the front rank. Great sword. 12 damage, attacks all targets on rank. It won't kill them, but it'll do a nice amount of damage. So. Alright, switch characters. Whoa, look at that damage. But now your bear is out of stamina, so you should switch back to your weasel. I am Weasel. Is that what he is? I see. Play your remaining attacks. Attack the enemy on the rear rank with hatchet, then finish him off with rush. Then you can take out another enemy with no mercy. Okay, but we could also clear the front rank, but I'm gonna do what the tutorial tells me to do. So I'm a blind follower like that, I suppose. No mercy. Alright. And that guy doesn't... Oh, no, he's attacking the weasel that has enough armor to tank it, so it's fine. Opponent's turn. They smack. Your turn. Finish him. Play Sharpened Steel to finish the last enemy off. Okay, same as last fight. Willows is now level 2. You emerge victorious after 3 rounds. Gain a card. Battering Ram for 2 stamina. Deal 6 damage. Push an opponent to back rank. Oh, if occupied, switch their positions. Interesting. Vanguard. Deal 6 damage. If active character is front rank, Deal +4 damage. Okay. Quick Hands. Draw 1 card. Gain 3 preparation. At the start of your turn, draw an additional card for every stack of preparation. Ticks down 1 each turn. Oh, so 3 extra cards, then 2, and then 1. So that's 6 extra cards in effect, but also for 2 stamina and no other thing. I think Vanguard is the better one here. Not knowing what we're gonna be up against. 1 character leveled up. Upgrade stamina or will. Oh. Okay, I'm going for stamina. Right now we've only used stamina, I think. And then they get to choose a new card. Outnumbered. Deal weapon damage if an opponent has no allies on rank. Deal weapon damage twice more. Twice more. So against an alone, it's if they are outnumbered, not if I am outnumbered. Alright, then it's good. Improvise. Pick any card from your draw pile and place it at the top of the pile. Banish. Banish is removing it permanently. Ah. And then corrosive enamel. Deal 15 damage to any character. If they have any defense left, apply 10 retaliate. Whenever this character receives damage from an attack, they deal equal stacks of retaliate back. Damage equals to stacks of retaliate back. I see. Attackers using ranged weapons are not affected. Removed at the start of their next turn. Deal weapon damage. I wonder what that means. The damage dealt by the active character's weapon card. Okay, so that's another way to proc the same, and that makes the character's weapon card even more important. Enter the city. A small hatchway leads into a damp, dark chamber behind the city wall. For House Blackfoot. For the king. You open the hatch and enter the city. So, combat. Alright. Prepare for combat. Are we out of the tutorial now? I can't tell. Well, let's just play to the best of our ability. We have 16, 16, 6 on these two guys here doing... They all apply this safety in numbers thing. That seems to be their general ability. And then we have a weaker guy here. So taking him out would deny them that... extra defense. Yeah. We have guard, or we can gain defense throughout the fight, I see. Vanguard. If the active character is on the front rank, deal another 4 damage, so a total of 10, and 10 again. What, this is 14, this is 22, and the strike deals 5. We've got 2 guys hitting the bear. And we cannot remove either of them. Or we could remove one, and that's worth 8. That's probably the better call. Oh, we gotta check that we have enough stamina. I'm sitting here... Normally you can only play 3 cards in these kinds of games at the very start, but we can play all of these cards because we have enough stamina between the 2 of them. And then strike him. So we are gaining a ton of action here. Yes, please play the guard. Good. And then we will smack the little one. Malicious Spearman. Malicious Spearman as well, but they are different races, I suppose. Same class. He gained safety in numbers. If this character has 3 or more allies, their defense is raised to 10. How does that work? Because they shouldn't have. On turn start if they have, but they didn't have, and so it was not registered, but they still get the buff. Alright. So we have a hatchet that is specific to willows. So let's have willows. If this target breaks target's defense, gain 2 charge. And we can do that on either one of them. Let me do it. Discard a card, gain 3 charge. Yeah, we don't have enough. This one takes 2 stamina, so we can burn all the stamina. Not if I discard a card though. Withdraw, apply 5 defense to target ally. Move, swap position with them. I see, and that would probably mess up their targeting. They're both going for the bear. We can kill one of them, surely. Yes. But only one of them, I think. So let me make sure that I do that. And he is attacking this bear right now. Sansford. So then my thinking was, we'll do the withdrawal. Oh, this one costs a willpower. Willpower. But if I play that on his ally, they swap positions, and we are boosting Willow's. Oh, what happens if I move back here then? Oh, we move them. Aha, not him. So then he doesn't... I was trying to change the targeting, but I thought maybe the bear would move over there. Alright. We're learning. And can I play this one? Oh yeah, when we have nothing to discard anyway. Wonder what that does to the charge. Oh, he gained a bleeding. Oh no. Okay, the charge stuck around. I see. This is a straight up kill. Is there any point in playing something else for? Character gains pacified. This character cannot play cards. Ticks down by 1 each turn. Okay. No, but let's have the bear strike back. Oh, no, we can't. It has to be Willow's. Because it's his character card, a talent card or whatever. That is brutal. 8 times 3 is what? 24 damage in 1 card? Pretty brutal. Gain a card. Focus fire. I'm using a will. Apply focus fire whenever the opponent is attacked. Apply one overwhelm. For every stack of overwhelm, this character receives 25% more damage from attacks removed at the start of this character's turn. Okay. Arterial rupture. Deal 3 damage X time for each stack of bleed on the target. And deep strike. Deal 5 damage. If opponent is in back rank, deal 12 instead. I think Focus Fire would be like a boss killer, so that would probably be a good addition to our collection. Move on. A fine addition to my collection. What do we have here? Decoy. You find yourself faced with a hard situation. If you can set up a distraction, you might be able to work around it. Select a card, move it to this lane, +1 to its counter. Okay, and intelligence. You find a letter from your superiors detailing important information concerning the enemy, gaining us 100 XP, and then Blackfoot Contact. A cloaked figure emerges from an alley. They reveal a crow's foot brooch under their lapel. A swig of the good stuff. A chance to heal. Oh, right, because we took damage on the bear. But there's no point in this one over here, because it's just going to allow me to do the other ones, both of them. Yeah, so let's just take the intelligence. Oh no, there's 14 cards in either stack now, and 15 up here. Interesting, so it's already getting pretty deep. I don't know if we are in an actual run at this point. I think we might be... Hide. If you're quick, you can duck away and avoid any suspicious guards. You will probably get some weird looks from other folk. Discard from each other lane. Okay, so this is to avoid these other two. Back alley. Select a lane, remove the next 2 cards. What would be the benefit? Seems like this is just better. Because, like, this actually does some good stuff for me. A Blackfoot Weasel brandishes his arsenal of foul-looking concoction under his cloak. These beauties are for some Ender gold cloaks, but it looks like you could use some of this, for the pain that is. He hands you a familiar-looking bottle, carefully armored with fine crafted leather. It's my last bottle. Select a character to heal. It tastes foul enough that you wonder if he really did just poison you. Offering thanks, you look to find him already vanished. Alright, and we did heal. Hide again, or quick round. Heal party by 50%, or a combat. Seems like a combat would be in order to gain XP and new cards. And I mean, there's apparently plenty of options for healing around, so I'm not too worried. Let's dive in. New types of enemies. These are Scoundrels. And they do what? 2 times 4 damage, moves, swaps to a random position. Rush. And rush. So 8 from both of them. And they're both attacking the bear. We can go for solid footing on the bear. We can probably kill one, draw 1 card, and gain 1 vigor. The next time this character loses stamina, it is refunded and vigor is removed. So, literally no cost. Huh. What is the point of this card? Well, there's only one that can play the hatchet. Seems like that would be the one we should go for. If it breaks the target's defense, gain 2 charge. And it'll deal 8, bringing it down to 14. Then rush will do 9, and then strike, I think, can finish it off. Let me play the second wind first. Here. So we see what the next card is, and then see guard. But now I can't play the solid footing with the bear. Anyway, the hatchet, let's just try to kill 1 here. Then the rush, obviously. As we've learned, that is a pretty strong combo. And then strike it. And then you just play the guard, Mr. Bear, and take no damage. All good. Now you're doing another thing. Precision Strike deals 1 damage 3 times and applies 1 bleeding. Okay. And I'm sure bleeding would bypass armor. Sharpen Steel, deal weapon damage 12. So that's different for the 2 of them. Momentum. Guard. Focus Fire, right. It's once per combat, but we can use it here. I mean, he's dead, right? Especially if I go like Focus Fire and then strike him once. Now he's got 1 Overwhelm, 25% more damage from all attacks. And then if I gave him... we can do 3 extra from this one here. Right click to cancel, click card to confirm, right? Discard the guard. Sharpen steel. 19. Yeah. Sandsford is now level 2. Gain a card. Wild Brawl. 1 stamina for deal 6 damage to rank. Okay. 10 trauma. Is in apply 4 marked. When this character dies, stacks of vulnerable equal to mark are applied to members of their party. It takes down by 1 each turn. This character receives 25% more from all attacks. Okay. For 1 stamina. And 1 stamina over here, field dressing. Remove all bleeding on a target ally and apply 5 defense. Okay. None of these here tell me or speak to me a whole lot, I'll be honest. We need more card draw more than anything, I think. But probably more just defense building seems like a good idea. Alright, move on. Sandsford leveled up. Let's click him and say, I think we'll go for a stamina on him as well. Oh, the animated image here is pretty cool. What else is in here? Tattered clothes. Start each combat with 6 defense. Okay. Click here. And choose a card. There's the outnumbered again. Which is obviously stronger on him, because he's got a 2-handed weapon. Improvise. Pick any card from your draw pile and place it on top of the pile. Rising Storm. Lose all stamina. Gain twice that amount in charge. So for next turn. No, I think the outnumbered is way better here. Now we have 2 of them. Okay. Backfoot stash. Blackfoot, sorry. A small wooden hideaway discreetly obscured by a food wagon. Your brothers have offloaded their unneeded wares here. A chance to offload. I don't know what offloading means. Otherwise we can go... Foes block your path. You can't move this way without a fight. Take their blood for Landon. They are identical. A chance to offload what? The gold? We can have a look at the deck here. It's looking decent. I'll just go for a fight, I think. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have. Okay then. Now it's getting tougher. These are all enforcers, but one of them is a bear and the other 2 here are beavers. Beavers, this one has fury. At the end of this end of turn, this character gains charge equal to stacks of fury, and fury increases by 2. And they all have that. And are much more HP than we've seen before, and defense as well. They probably also do more damage than strike, strike, and strike for 10. Okay then. We're definitely not in the tutorial anymore, folks. But we can gain a ton of defense at least, and the bear is gonna need it, which is then fine. We gotta kill. Eliminating one is gonna be key, and I think we should go for one of the small ones first. I don't see any other difference when this guy is more tanky. He might get stronger later, but right now this one is as much of a threat and easier to take out. So, hatchet. Oh, we might as well have focused fired. Right. It's too late now, we don't have enough attacks, but we could have had the bonus on this experienced strike. Now we might as well shuffle it into the deck, I suppose, and not use the will, because there's not going to be any benefit to playing it at this point. I want you to use solid footing and then field dressing, which means that you use the experienced strike. And that's all my actions actually, and all my stamina, so it worked out just fine. Click here, good. End turn. And then they gain charge, indeed. Now they're switching up here. Bludgeon. Deals 6 damage. If an opponent has more than 18 defense, applies 4 bleed, but we don't. Okay, Greatsword. Attacks all targets on rank. Lovely. Vanguard outnumbered and withdraw. Apply 5 defense to target ally. Move swap them to a target position. Okay, and then we do both of the outnumbered, none of which are going to apply. And the Greatsword can only come from one, so it'll have to be you. Definitely worth. Then I think we just take you out. They're both attacking the bear, so let's have you do the outnumbered damage, sure. And then withdraw on him. And we won't move him. Because we do want him to take the hits. He's got the most defense. So he'll take 1 or more. Oh, for the charge. And they charge even more. Now they're alternating their attacks differently. So this guy went back to strike, but this guy stays on bludgeon, which is better for us because we don't have more than 18 defense. Currently, anyway. Second wind, draw a card and gain 1 vigor. Next time this character loses stamina, it is refunded and the vigor is removed. So it can give us the what's equal to a 2-cost card. So the second wind is a really good card. It's an action gainer. I didn't realize that before. All right. Sharpened steel, deal weapon damage, which would be more over here. Yes. So you go for second wind. And then sharpened steel on the little guy, taking that one out. Now Willows is being attacked, but we can block it with 1 guard. And with momentum, we would deal 12 damage with rush, so I do think I want to do that. Discard this guard. Again, I didn't account for the charge, but we have exactly the right amount to defend it, and then if we can just take him down next turn, we will only take the 3 damage that we took on Sandsford. And again, we needed card draw more than anything for our deck. That's what we need to get if we can get it. Some more more card draw so we can spend our actions. We didn't spend, I think, 2 of our actions last turn. No mercy is just pure damage. Pure damage, and it's over. Gain a card. Any card draw? No. Anything that spends a lot of actions? Yes. Heavy blow, deal weapon damage +8 to 1 dude. Yeah, but usually swinging the Greatsword is 2 actions anyway, and then this makes it relatively... Oh, but then that's to the entire lane. So, rear guard, deal 6 damage if active character is back rank, apply 6 to front rank. 6 defense to front rank, the whole thing. Trauma, I'll get the heavy blow. Move on. 1 character level up, that must be Willows, and indeed. Choose a passive, oh. Blessed. Start each combat with +2 will. Wow. Does will not persist over combat? No, it must. Right? Yeah, we definitely spend the will on one of them in one of the fights, and it's back up to 1. So this is just really powerful, assuming we can spend the will. Poison. On turn 9, double the stacks of poison on all opponents. I see. But right now we're not applying any poison, so Wrathful. At the start of their turn, if this character has less than 30% vitality, they gain 1 rage. Whenever this character deals damage, that damage is doubled. Takes down by 1 at the end of each turn. But I don't want to go that low. Let me see, do we get a card? We can upgrade stamina or will. I mean, so then I'll go for stamina and take the blessed. So now we have plenty of will to spend our cards. Helping Hand. A hooded figure emerges from the shadows, startling you for a moment. They reveal a friendly token and offer you something for the road. They give us provisions. Mentor. Now seems like a good time to start to take a short rest. There might be something to learn here. Modify your deck. And a heavy patrol. That sounds dangerous. This is what, an elite combat or something like that? Your attention turns to the clatter of heavy steel as several armored men cross your path. Their sly, helmet-muffled voices hurl insults at the common folk as they move through the crowds. And they'll stick around for 3 turns. We should definitely do the mentor first. Mentor. Now seems like a good time to take a short rest, perhaps an opportunity to learn something new. We can always learn from each other. Duplicate a card in your deck. Oh, training alone only embeds your errors. Leave. Oh, duplicate a card in your deck. We will do it. Second win was... It doesn't give me more card draw. It makes me have more actions, more stamina, in fact, which we already have plenty of. So that's not the way to go. A 2-cost card would be a good thing to copy then, like Sharpened Steel, Experienced Strike is in theory gonna be really good later, but that's better with a thin deck, which is not what we're running. I think I like Solid Footing. Again, going for the defensive route. It's not good if you draw 2 of them in the same round, but then at least you can play with each character, so both will gain the benefit. You can't play it twice by the same character, obviously, so it's kind of tricky. That or Sharpened Steel. Bleed is really good. It just is really good. I'll go for Solid Footing though. I like defensive plays. Oh, what happened? Checkpoint. The Enders blockade the street. Security seems to be tighter with the unrest. There's no getting around this. The emotions of the crowd press you forward. This one's blocked, it says. And then there's guardsmen. These aren't common guards. Their disdainful gaze hovers over all who approach. They won't stand any funny business. So, I mean, now it's already been 40 minutes and we must be out of the tutorial. So I am going to end the episode here, folks. And we'll probably just continue this run in the next one. So see you then.